If you've been travelling on the Central Line or the Bakerloo line in the last couple of months, you'll have seen graffiti everywhere on the trains. But what is Transport for London doing to try and tackle this problem? Well, I've been invited to the TfL depot here at Hainault to see the work in action to get these trains cleaned and back on the tracks. So I've just caught a couple of Central Line trains up to the depot here in Hainault, and both trains were completely covered in graffiti inside, and this one here you can see from behind me is covered with graffiti tags on 3 or 4 carriages on the outside. We're here on a Central Line train. This carriage is actually quite clean, but give us a sense of the extent of the problem you suffered on the Central and the Bakerloo line with graffiti.
So I think probably from the beginning of the springtime, around about April, we noticed a significant increase in the amount of tags that we were seeing inside the trains. We get damage to trains all the time, but not usually on the inside, but we've seen a significant increase.
22,000 tags have been removed in the past 8 weeks. The project going on today, or just work going on today, to remove it, it's the use of professional lightweight buffing tools with a buffing compound to remove the leather dye that's affecting all the paint. It can take from 5 minutes to an hour and a half to remove just one tag, and we've got 8 cars to deal with in a shift with 10 people.
Why are the Central Line and the Bakerloo line trains being targeted, it seems, in preference to other parts of the underground fleet?
There's a number of reasons for that, possibly one of them being the fact that there is no CCTV in the saloon cars on those 2 fleets. Something that we're addressing as part of our Central Line improvement programme, the £500 million worth of improvement programme. Those trains, once they come out of our works, they will have CCTV, but obviously the Bakerloo line, 1972, very, very old, and obviously therefore they're slightly more vulnerable to damage because it's more difficult to find out the people who are doing it.
Why don't you just leave the graffiti?
It's a theory that certain people do, but actually what we find is that if you don't deal with it, it creates more graffiti, and then you just lose control. And I think that's a place we do not want to go to. Graffiti inside trains, I think it makes them feel slightly less safe, the environment less safe, and it's also a magnet for the criminal activity as well. So the strategy very clearly is to try and remove it as quickly as we can.
Now, these cleaners are working round the clock, pretty much 7 days a week, to clean these trains, and it's very hard work, especially in these temperatures. They're wearing protective equipment and face masks to protect themselves from the chemicals that they're using, so this is not an easy job whatsoever. The other almost heartbreaking fact is that no sooner have some of these trains been cleaned and gone back into service that they get tagged again and have to come back in to be cleaned for a second time.
Yeah, we've done 28,000 in 8 weeks, and we've had nearly 5,500 repeat hits. So over 33,000 in an 8-week period that we've cleaned, and they've been re-attacked as well.
This is pretty tough on your staff.
It's very tough. It's very tough, very long, and very hot. On a normal basis, they would be carrying out the normal day-to-day cleaning, but due to the extent of the amount of tags and graffiti we're having, they are dedicated now to just dealing with the graffiti to try and keep the appearance up for the public.